Talking trash. Kennedy Brown. Things in Northgate Manor has always seemed like an extended family. Of course you had the elderly neighbors, especially Ms. Diane, Ms. Yvonne, and Mrs. Magnolia, who everyone calls Mama Maggie, and true to hood legends. They have been living in Northgate since the early 70s. Each were widows, but had enough family visits from their kids and grandkids that it should have kept them out of everyone else's business, but it didn't. You have your low-level street pharmacist, whose only honor was, as they put it, I don't sell to women or kids, as if that granted a Nobel Peace Prize. The kids that once littered the sidewalks back in the day with candy wrappers and soda cans, which the three elderly ladies would make them stop and pick right back up, were now adults, and the ones who now had their own kids are still here, but now in this day and age kids all stayed inside with their PlayStation, Xboxes, or all the other gadgets. That kept them content and inside. Young people no longer fraternized while waiting on the school bus. Everyone was too glued to their mobile phones while waiting for their long yellow version of a Hummer to collect them and whisk them away to either East Greer, Greer Middle, Greer High. If you lived on the next block, you would walk from the adjoining neighborhood. Of course you have your stay-home mom, single mom, bachelor, or married man from here to there, with wives' eyes and talons ready to go off anytime you looked at their men too long, or men accusing their wives of flirting. But it is no biggie. Love thy neighbor was something the residents Northgate Manor always held as their mantra. That is until Army wife Sharell Cox moved in while her husband, Lamont, served in the Marines. Sharell and her two teenage sons moved into the apartment complex. While their house in Welford was being built, they moved from Charleston a little after Lamont left for his tour of duty, at least her two boys. Kyle and Tyler had helped her move in yet, and still it took her a full week to move everything in. But she did. After all, she wanted everything to be perfect for Lamont when he completed his tour. I don't know why it never dawned on either of them that the house would be built long before he was scheduled to return. But I guess some people wouldn't want to trust a storage company with her high-end furniture. And when she moved in, of course a few of the men around here helped out, and you could see that. Homegirl was high maintenance. At first impression you would think she was high-strung and standoffish, but once I got to know her, she seemed like the type of friend you wanted to chat with over lunch. So the day she came into the office to pay her monthly rent, I was about to head out to have lunch with the other two property managers, Jeslyn and Nikki Lisa. Sharell rushed in looking like she had just stepped out of the pages of Source magazine, not a hair out of place. I had only had conversations with her via email and property management, and when she stepped inside she said, "Girl, I am glad I caught y'all before you left. I want to pay up front for 2 more months." Nikki Lisa laughed and said, "Well, damn. If you in that big of a rush to give away money, hook a sister up." To my and Jeslyn's surprise, Sharell laughed and said, "I wanted to pay before I take my ass grocery shopping. Those 2 boys will eat the whole out of a damn donut, and if I had gone to the store first, I would be broke." Nikki Lisa said, "Trust been there. Hell, mine decided to go to college, so I am still there." We all laughed. Even Jeslyn, who had one more time to call in sick or late, or she was gonna be unemployed. "You ladies going to lunch? I wanna go," Sharell shrieked. I know that it's always hard adjusting, so we welcomed her to join us. "Yeah, if I didn't pay you today, I would be in here begging and crying like the girl Ticey was doing the other day. If she stopped letting that Johnny guy come and live off her, she would do a lot better." Sharell cackled. We had not even gotten into her Chevy Equinox, and I already knew. Sharell lived her life gossiping and talking trash. But how will she take it when the gossip she loves to crave will not be so tasty when the gossip about her is the truth and nothing but the truth?